Welcome to the 15th episode of the Python tutorial series. In our previous episode, we installed Numpy, one of the most commonly used Python libraries. Today, we will learn about some of its basic features. So first, as we did last time, let's import Numpy. We can do this by writing import Numpy. However, this time we will add an extra part to it, and we will say import Numpy as np. Importing it this way means that every time we have to call the Numpy library, instead of having to write out Numpy each time, we just type np instead. This is much shorter, and you'll find that np is a typical way that everyone defines a Numpy library as. So when you see np.array, this means np is generally referring to Numpy. Now the first command that we will look at today involves joining two arrays together. If you remember, with lists, all you had to do was list 1, so we could put 1, 2, 3, and just add another list saying, say, 4, 5, 6, and that would give you a single list with values 1 through to 6. Well, with Numpy we can't really do that. We need a special command. So first let's define a couple of arrays in order to do that. Let's say a equals np.array of 1, 2, 3. And second we'll say that b equals np.array of 4, 5, 6. Now if we want to add these two arrays together, we want to join them, all we do is np.append a, b. What this does is it will append the b array to the a array. And in fact, you can now see we have a single array with the values 1 through to 6. Now that we've seen how to join two arrays together, let's look at how to insert one or more elements into an array. We can do that by using numpy.insert, and then we give it the array we want to insert the elements in, the index at which we want to insert the element, so say we want to insert it at index 1, and then in this case we'll give it just a simple number to insert, and we can use the number 95. And as you can see, that has now inserted the number 95 in the second place, which, as you know, has an index of 1. Now that we've learned to insert a value into the array, let's look at doing the opposite. Let's look at deleting an element from the array. So let's create a new array first with a few more elements, call it C, and we'll say numpy.array of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's say we want to delete the element 4 from that array. Well, the element 4 is at index 3, so we can write numpy.delete. We give it the array, so that's the array C, and the index of the element. So we said the index is 3, so we give it the number 3, and lo and behold, it has deleted the number 4 from the array. Now earlier we looked at the append command, which allows any type of variable to be added to the end of an array. However, if we want to specifically join two or more arrays together, we can use a specific command which is called concatenate. Now how that works is you simply write numpy.concatenate, and this is a particular syntax because it takes a tuple of arrays. So it won't take a single argument, it will take a tuple containing multiple arguments, so the various arrays we want to join. In this case, let's use the example of A and B. So we say A, B. See how there are double open and closed brackets, because the first and last brackets are the brackets of the concatenate function, and the ones inside those are the brackets of the tuple containing the arrays. Now if we press enter, you can see that that will generate an array containing the numbers 1 through 6. Now the last 3 commands that we will look at today don't necessarily alter arrays, so they won't change their size or they won't change the number of elements they contain, but rather they give us information about the arrays. As you know, arrays can be multidimensional, so to understand their shape, in other words, how many elements they have in each dimension, we can use a simple command called numpy.shape. And we can say numpy.shape of A, and that will give us 3, comma. Now what does that mean? This is simply a shorthand way of saying 3, 1, meaning that it has 3 elements in the x direction and only 1 dimension otherwise. Similarly, if we want to look at the total number of elements contained in a multidimensional array, we can call numpy.size, and that in this case will give us an integer value, which is the number 3, because there are 3 elements inside array A. Now that we've seen this last command, that's all for today. Next week we will look at some more advanced operations using NumPy. For now, just make sure to subscribe to the channel and check out any of my previous tutorials in case you missed them. I'll leave a link to the entire playlist in the video description. Now, all that's left for me to say is see you next time and happy coding!